Hi, folks. I've been up since 2 a.m. watching this thing Netflix put out before I cancel the uh, the whole platform. I mean, I'd like to know how much money was spent on this. My understanding is that this production team, it took 1 year. It was like the Cheshire Police had to it took 1 year to decide that they would win this out of six. So I'm canceling it. Now, Empress at first put up a fight because she kind of liked it, because basically that meant, her serf, which was me, got to wake up early and she got to be fed like a couple hours early. Well, now she decided to change her tune because I told her if I cancel Netflix, that's more money for tuna treats. So anyhow, I'm rewatching it again. I'm just going to give you the part one of the prosecuting. It's basically 90 minutes long. The first 60 minutes is a commercial for the cops. Now, supervising me doing it is, shall we see? I hope I guess who's there. The Empress. She's able to supervise while sleeping. And I have my notes. Now, before I go on to Comedy Central, and it is hilarious. Many parts of it, and I'll explain. But what I'm going to tell you is, I believe there's some sort of a quote where comedy and tragedy, there's almost no line or difference between it, and this where it is. Here's the tragedy. It was Baby D's mom, and my heart goes out to her. First of all, what they did to not only her, but Lucy's friend Maisie, and let me tell you, that friend, it like Dawn, incredible. And we are, the best thing I can ever say about a person is look at the friends. And that tells you everything you need to know about the person. Dawn, and I think her name, they're using the name Maisie or whatever. Incredible. And the whole tooth troller. Just skip forward and just watch her. Now she's also AI'd, and even in like the picture she shows of her and Lucy, excuse me, she went to university with her, and she's a nurse. Excuse me, the throat situation. Even like the little picture she has, they even AI'd that picture. It's creep fest. So, okay, Baby D's mom, it's gonna break your heart because this is what. First of all, she says, I guess up until the crash, they told me she was getting better. BS. I saw the notes, people. Those consultants gaslighted that mom. Totally gaslight her. That baby was in metabolic acidosis. And sepsis screaming. And then apparently she says, and oh my God, this is going to freaking break your heart. I failed as a mom because I was asleep. Okay? Meaning, while they were doing CPR and that baby was crashing, I think that baby crashed 3 times. They didn't wake that mom up. She was asleep until a midwife or nurse grabbed her, woke her up, and wheeled her down. She only got to the point where I guess that register was holding that baby and doing CPR. And it sounds like that register was doing everything. He was fighting like he should. Like an incredible monster to save that baby. It sounded like it was brutal to him. And then he had to stop when the consultant says, you got to let her go. Or some other doctor did. And that's what that mother saw. So now she feels she failed as a mother because she was asleep while the baby was crashed. Even though she was asleep for that 60 hours that those waters were broke. Now the other gut-wrenching thing is that in the background, in one of the arrests, you'll hear Lucy's mom wailing with guttural anguish, as any mother should. And Lucy is saying, go inside, trying to comfort her. Handcuffed, trying to comfort her mother. I mean, if that doesn't want to make you just want to... Cheshire Police? God. is there a word that says you're past Pseudomonas? I mean, disgusting. So that hurts too. So just don't, just clip past Baby D's mom. My heart, I think out of all of these, my heart goes out to her. Now we're going to go to the comedy. Okay, got my notes here. It appears that the cops are only able to work when there's dark and there's shadow. That's when they can type in their computer and look at things. There must be shadow and dark. However, and it seems like they're always working like midnight. Like, it's almost like those noir films from the 1950s, those black and white things with Humphrey Bogart, the Maltese Falcon. That's what it reminds me of. Now, however, one of the cops, he watches the sunrise they open up the blinds and he's able to drink coffee. Yeah, it's film noir. All right? Now, we do learn something. Dewey has a green jumper too. I know. Now, besides the film noir, though it's not black and white, it shows constantly. It's either a clock ticking, tick, 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 or an IV that has fluid and air bubbles going down. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Now, Paul Hughes looks drunk. Yeah, but he's able to frown. So, I don't know. When you're drunk, are you able to frown? I don't know. I've never been able to tolerate alcohol my whole life. So, because of my esophagus issue. So, I don't know what it's like to be drunk. Can you do this? So, he slurs his words like this. Okay. Now, you know who he reminds me of? Just like the film essentially was a film noir, Paul Hume speaks like Elmer Fudd. Okay? So they should have just AI'd Elmer Fudd into him. Even has the bald head of Elmer Fudd, and they should have just given him the shotgun, like Elmer Fudd. Now, apparently, I just don't have the best opinion of the Countess of Chester nurses. Not all of them. There were the Lucy's friends I do, but I'm seeing more and more. And Lucy's friend confirmed this. Apparently, I guess they did some student work on there. And the first thing they noticed is that the nurses were real, witches toward the students. That is, I've seen that many a times, guys. It's either as a nurse, you're going to try to mentor the students, or you do the exact opposite. There is a phrase. There is a certain type of nurse that likes to eat her young. And unfortunately, Lucy couldn't see this. But her friend did. And her friend thought, I'm not going to work here. But Lucy did. That was red flags. Now, okay, Simon Blackwell. First of all, I forgot to tell you, Paul Hughes, he does have the ability to roll up his sleeves, okay? So he's not quite as dumb as we think. I guess they taught him something in kindergarten. Now, Simon Blackwell. Okay, he's got the ability to put his elbows on his desk. Now, I don't think my mom always told me, get your elbows off the table. I guess his mama didn't teach him well. Now, he says we had to arrest her in order to talk to her. That was the only way we can talk to her. Yeah, fancy. They didn't, I guess they failed to mention that we find out now that Lucy, 3 months before her arrest, she emailed them and said, can I come in and talk? I don't know. All right. And another thing Simon Blackwell can do, he's got the ability to pile things up on his desk, reports. But then he will take the reports off so he can put his elbows with a suit and tie on, put on his desk. And he's got some sort of a pin on him, too. Now, who's that officer? Her first name is Danielle. She's creeping me out, guys. She's got these false eyelashes that must be at least 3 pounds each eyes. Okay? She's also, unlike Paul Hughes, who can do this, she can't do it. So, Mark Mays, if you are watching this, I desperately need you. You have done FOIAs for me in the past. So please, Mark Mays, do this FOIA for me. I want you to FOIA the Chesterfield Police and see. You know, we know that they bought jewelry for the ladies with Operation Hummingbird. But, okay, what I think they did is they also used money to make sure Danielle could get some Botox here. And the eyelashes, okay? He was able, you know, like the 3-pound eyelashes. That costs some serious money, so do that. Now, let's see. For some reason, the dumb shits, that's the Cheshire Police, can't get past the handover sheets. They're calling it in-depth medical things. They're not. They're handover sheets. And the post-it notes. Oh, okay. They just can't get past it. Now, Dewey, again, he keeps saying he's able to use this following phrase, smoking gun. That's how he describes the insulin. And this time he changed from his green jumper. He's got a blue suit. So just so you know. Now, another thing, I guess they couldn't do this in the 50s because this didn't exist. But another, I guess it's the new film noir where they take a beeper that's beeping and it moves on the desk. What they failed to mention is the beeper for baby O, Dr. B or V didn't respond for 39 minutes. I guess there wasn't enough time in this documentary because they had to give an hour to the police for it to go 39 minutes doing this. She was the crash call consultant that didn't respond for 39 minutes. Now, when they show anything with the hospital, it's dark. I guess that is the reason why they didn't know the poo. It was too dark. But you think they'd smell it. I don't know. I guess when you put on a badge, you lose your sense of smell. So, again, I still can't get over. I'm calling her Daniel Caterpillar Eyelash Cop. It's literally, she took like, if you see, in America, we have like literally an invasion, and it's considered an invasive species that destroys a lot. These woolly caterpillars that we try to get rid of. They like come over from, Asia or something like that, and they're destroying all this stuff. It's like she took a woolly caterpillar here and put it on one eye and the other one too. In other words, maybe Operation Hummingbird paid for her to fly over to America to get a couple of these caterpillars. Mark Mays, FOIA, okay? See if there's any airline tickets. We do have, the city I live in, there is an international airport that will fly, I think it does do non-stops to London, to Heathrow. Okay? All right, now. Okay, so Nick Johnson, he walks in, they show him he's jauntily and he's walking fast. I figured it out. The guy's bald. My husband's bald too. And my husband, the coldest thing on his body is his head. He was walking as fast as he could to get that silly wig on. Okay. Then they show Gibbs. Okay, the man has dementia. The man they showed him working in the office. It's dark too. So I guess he's only able to work where he's dark. So that's why he couldn't figure out with the kids. That's why he couldn't see that baby C had severe abdominal obstruction, is because they don't turn on the lights at the Countess of Chester Hospital neonatal intensive care unit. It ain't the poo that killed the kids. It was the lack of lighting. Okay. So, and then there's some journalist too. I don't know what his name is, but he's just mesmerized by those notes. I guess it's like the second coming of... I likened it to when Moses was on the mountain and he got the tablets of the 10 Commandments. I think it was that. So anyhow, I'm not ready to go on. Oh, but this journalist, although he talks like Paul Hughes, so I have to question if they both visit the same pub. Kind of has that Elmer Fudd to him. But he does have some culture in him because he says those notes look like a Jackson Pollock painting. So you know what? He brought America into that because Jackson Pollock is an American painter. So way to go, America. You were part of this trial. So I'll be back with part 2 soon. Bye-bye.